It's hard to believe a caldera this enormous could be hiding beneath the Pacific, and we still don't know what it's doing right now.
Beneath the tranquil blue expanses of the Pacific, the world's most colossal tectonic plate, the mighty Pacific Plate, presses its boundaries ever forward. The movement is measured in millimeters per year, a migration so slow that only sensitive instruments can detect it. Yet as the Earth's crust grinds and buckles, storing latent energy, a growing chorus of scientists is paying new and anxious attention. Hidden from view is a feature that dwarfs even the wildest imagination. The Appalachi Caldera, now recognized as the largest volcanic depression ever identified on this planet. Discovered in 2019, Appalachia sprawls for an astonishing 150 kilometers, 93 miles, beneath the ocean near the Philippines. Its sheer size eclipses even Yellowstone's storied volcanic system. It is a monument to immense ancient eruptions, a cavity in the crust left by explosive violence so intense it left lasting marks on the planet's surface and history. As the Pacific Plate continues its slow movement, questions naturally arise. Could tectonic unrest ever be enough to prime Appalachia for a new chapter? Is the caldera even remotely close to waking after eons of dormancy? Or is this simply one more pulse in the ceaseless dance of planetary geology, with little risk in our lifetimes? In Italy, recent findings at Campi Flegrei show how elevation changes and earthquakes can signal changes deep within the Earth: rising magma, stressed faults, gases stirring far below. Scientists watching Campi Flegrei's restlessness wonder, what signals might we be missing in the vast Pacific, where our monitoring tools are blunted by miles of water and seafloor darkness? When Earth's greatest tectonic plate flexes, what immense structures might stir below? For now, the world's surface remains deceptively still. But is this calm durable, or simply the quiet before a storm, written in geological timescales? Peering into the depths of the Pacific is to confront enormity beyond easy comprehension, its secrets cloaked in both darkness and relentless pressure. The Pacific Plate dominates this watery domain, Earth's greatest expanse of tectonic crust, covering over 100 million square kilometers. Its boundaries, known as the Ring of Fire, frame a crescent of volcanoes and seismic trouble that extends from the Aleutians to the Andes. Most volcanoes in the Ring of Fire are visible at the surface, their cones rising defiantly, reminders of the planet's deep heat. But the Appalachi Caldera remains hidden, a depression so vast it evaded notice until satellite, bathymetric mapping and seismic profiles revealed its outline just a few years ago. Since its discovery, Appalachia has come to represent the new upper limit of caldera size on Earth, a hidden wound beneath the sea, so immense that over a dozen Yellowstones could fit within its boundaries. Calderas are not ordinary volcanic peaks. They are vast collapsed structures formed after explosive eruptions empty a magma chamber and the ground above caves in. These processes leave scars that are visible for millions of years. Yellowstone's caldera, for example, is evidence of eruptions so large they shaped the topography of western North America and changed the flow of its rivers. By scale, Appalachia is in an entirely different realm. Lying below the ocean, near the Philippines, it points to a singular prehistoric eruption, one that reworked ocean sediments and reshaped the local seafloor. While the details of its eruptive history are still being studied, researchers recognize that its discovery marks a step forward in our understanding of the world's volcanic hazards. Importantly, modern calderas are not dormant forever. They are slowly evolving systems. Following the collapse that makes a caldera, magma can remain beneath, recharging over ages. Such systems are notable for long periods of silence punctuated by rare, but sometimes vast, episodes of unrest. The mechanisms that trigger activity are intimately linked to shifts and stress along the tectonic plates above them. It is the movement of the Pacific Plate, its collisions, subductions, and grinding along fractures like the Philippine Trench, that keeps volcanologists attentive. Each change stores or releases energy, putting pressure on neighboring crust, and where this energy focuses, giant ancient systems like Appalachia bear silent witness. Could a surge in tectonic motion, even if slow on human timescales, make a difference underground? Scientists watch, measuring, mapping, and pondering. It might seem improbable that the slow creep of a tectonic plate could ever awaken a hidden volcano, but the relationship is both profound and direct. Tectonic plates are restless, their movement driven by the engine of Earth's mantle. When the Pacific Plate speeds up, bends, or collides at its boundaries, the effect ripples into the crust, fracturing rocks, triggering earthquakes, and sometimes pressurizing volcanic systems deep below. Recent decades have brought a revolution in how we track these motions. GPS sensors fixed on islands and drifting buoys record every subtle change. The data tell the story of an ever-shifting planet, one in which no region is ever truly motionless. Along the tectonic boundaries, such as where the Pacific Plate meets the Philippine Sea Plate, seismicity and volcanic activity are common. Subduction zones, where one plate dives beneath another, are especially dynamic. It is along these moving, grinding contacts that much of the world's major volcanic activity is focused. The Appalachi Caldera, discovered near one of these plate margins, is an example of how plate tectonics sculpts the subterranean world. Elsewhere, world history offers warning signs. The Toba caldera in Indonesia erupted about 74,000 years ago, spreading volcanic ash across continents and possibly lowering global temperatures. Yellowstone, though quiet today, is the site of eruptions that shaped the face of North America. Appalachia's scale places it into the conversation as a geological force, though its last eruption predates human history by a wide margin. Could similar forces be building again? Direct evidence is scant, and most volcanologists urge caution before making any predictions about reawakening. Known mechanisms such as earthquakes, ground deformation, and gas emissions often precede eruptions elsewhere, but as yet, no such signals are confirmed at Appalachia. Still, with the Pacific Plate in constant movement and scientific awareness of large calderas growing, careful watch is warranted. Direct evidence from Appalachia's oceanic seclusion is, by nature, limited. The seafloor is difficult to reach, and monitoring networks far sparser than on land. Yet Earth has offered hints of unrest in more accessible places. Take Campi Flegrei in Italy as an example. Recent research there shows how ground uplift and swarms of earthquakes can warn of hazardous potential. These signals reflect changes driven by magma moving below, pressurizing fluids and gases, fracturing the earth, and making their way upward. Scientists hope to apply the lessons learned at places like Campi Flegrei and Yellowstone, using satellites and seafloor sensors to search for any sign of change at Appalachia. Although tools such as satellite altimeters and underwater microphones are advancing, the signals that could indicate hazard at Appalachia remain undetected so far. Seafloor uplifting, gas emissions, and swarms of quakes would be the primary clues, although current data have yet to show alarming changes in the region. Yet reminders of what even submarine volcanoes can do are not lacking. Elsewhere in the Pacific, relatively minor submarine eruptions have generated intense earthquake swarms and small tsunamis. An erupting undersea volcano can send tens of thousands of quakes in a short period, signals that, if observed near Appalachia, would provoke immediate and serious attention. To date, however, no such activity has been reported from the site. So scientists remain vigilant, recognizing both the limits of current data and the immense potential that such a large caldera holds. The story of Appalachia, since its discovery, continues to underscore the need for more research in the deep oceans, where the world's biggest geological secrets still lie mostly out of sight. Tectonic motion is not isolated. What happens in one zone can affect others. The Pacific Ring of Fire is famed for this networked behavior. Large earthquakes in one region can alter stress along faults many kilometers away, sometimes increasing the likelihood of subsequent quakes or unrest elsewhere. Major volcanic eruptions and earthquakes have at times occurred in sequence. As stress is redistributed along plate boundaries, Appalachia is located at an intersection where the Pacific Plate meets other active margins. As such, it is at least theoretically subject to influences from surrounding tectonic changes. Still, every volcano responds to its local environment and internal state. Direct cause and effect are not easy to prove, and most interactions across thousands of kilometers occur over very long time scales. With current evidence, it is speculative, but not impossible, to suggest that significant crustal movements could eventually affect magmatic systems, like Appalachia's. The exact connections, however, remain topics for continued study and debate. Other iconic volcanic centers require monitoring as well. Yellowstone experiences frequent micro-earthquakes and ground deformation, but remains at background levels of activity at present. Researchers log about 100 small earthquakes monthly there, none judged alarming by current standards. The relative calm in known caldera systems today is a comfort, but a reminder that such systems must be actively watched. In the end, scientists recognize that every tectonic boundary is part of a larger network. Major events at one can sometimes influence the stability of others, but these processes mostly play out over time spans far longer than any single human life. For Appalachia, ongoing study is the best defense, mapping, monitoring, and assessing for any sign of unusual behavior. To contemplate an awakening at Appalachia is to envision disruption on a global scale. While typical eruptions devastate regions, caldera-forming super-eruptions can impact the planet as a whole. A caldera eruption of Appalachia's scale would be extreme, injecting immense quantities of ash and gas into the atmosphere, potentially influencing global climate. Prehistoric caldera events such as tobas have been linked with cooler periods and even possible population bottlenecks in humanity's past. The seafloor near the caldera would be thoroughly remodeled. Tsunamis could radiate outward, threatening coastlines across the Pacific and perhaps beyond. Marine life would face severe disturbances. Water chemistry, temperature, and marine food chains could all be temporarily altered. Coastal societies around the Western Pacific, already among the world's most disaster-prone, would face new hazards, particularly tsunamis, which can cross ocean basins in a matter of hours. Effects on agriculture and society could reach far further. Dust and sulfur injected into the atmosphere during massive eruptions can reduce global temperatures, dim sunlight, and disrupt food supplies, even continents away. While such extreme results are not assured, and the chance of an eruption at Appalachia in the near term is entirely unknown, the potential is sobering. For now, the caldera's long dormancy is a comfort, and there is no evidence of imminent eruption. But as our technological capacity to monitor improves, continued vigilance is warranted. Faced with enormous and poorly understood hazards, scientists have developed a suite of monitoring technologies. However, most of the ocean floor remains poorly mapped. It is far more challenging to study than most land-based calderas. Satellites equipped with radar can monitor subtle changes in sea level or surface deformation that might indicate uplift or depression below. Pressure sensors on the seabed could, in theory, register changes in water column height caused by deep-seated shifts or eruptions, though such sensors are rare and only cover limited regions. Buoyant seismic arrays, dropped in targeted areas, listen for earthquake activity below the waves. Water samples pulled from above suspected volcanic regions can be checked for elevated volcanic gases, carbon dioxide, sulfur, and rare isotopes, potential signs of unrest. Despite these advances, limits remain. The ocean is vast, sensors are scattered, and many regions lack real-time monitoring. Distinguishing between tectonic and volcanic earthquakes can be difficult. A slight bulge on the seafloor might signal building pressure, or simply result from a sedimentary settling. Yellowstone, a continental caldera, remains at background activity. 94 earthquakes registered in August, the largest of which was M3.7. Campi Flegrei, meanwhile, worries local residents as ground uplift and increased seismicity point to renewed magmatic pressure. These well-monitored sites provide examples of what warning signs can signal, but Appalachia remains much less surveilled. So scientists rely on assembling clues from many sources, knowing full well that the biggest hazards may give only subtle warnings before events unfold. With further investment, expanded monitoring of the deep ocean is possible, the next frontier in understanding Earth's biggest volcanic systems. Unlike land-based hazards, the threat posed by an undersea caldera is diffuse and elusive. The risks are greatest for Pacific Rim countries, Philippines, Japan, the United States, and other nations with vulnerable coastlines and fisheries. Yet for most people, Appalachia remains an abstract and distant concept. Still, awareness is growing. As scientists and media communicate the discovery and potential of Appalachia, communities along the Pacific increase their readiness for tsunamis and earthquakes. Coastal emergency drills, improved early warning networks, and contingency plans for port cities are already being developed. While it is unlikely humanity could mitigate a super eruption itself, preparedness can save lives in the face of secondary hazards. Socially, the conversation prompts a deeper recognition of our planet's dynamic state. Schools revise their science curriculum to include plate tectonics and volcanism. Community organizers promote resilience not only through buildings and shelters, but also through communication and social cohesion. Time, indifferent and relentless, moves forward while the Pacific Plate inches onward, slowly altering stress patterns in the seafloor below. In labs and monitoring stations worldwide, scientists keep a watchful eye on seismic traces, incremental changes in the ocean floor, and the faint tremors that speak of deep unrest. As of now, Appalachia remains a quiet presence, a vast chamber beneath the sea, undisturbed for countless millennia. No warning signs suggest imminent threat. Its discovery, however, serves as a prompt for vigilance and research. The people of the Pacific Rim, communities in the Philippines, Japan, the Americas, live their lives above a hidden world forged by fire. Fishermen cast nets above ancient scars. Coastlines trace the outline of past tsunamis and quakes. The true uncertainty lies not in whether the Earth will change, but when, and whether our era will bear witness to its next chapter. As the Pacific Plate flexes and shifts, civilizations keep their watch. Scanning for warning signs from a caldera we are only just beginning to understand. In the quiet between tremors, humanity is left with a question that persists. When the world's greatest plate moves again, what might awaken? Will we recognize the signs, using our science and our wisdom to prepare? Or will we stand as temporary tenants, reminded on some future day of the old, unimaginable power that rests beneath? The answer remains somewhere in the silent dark, below miles of ocean and layers of time, waiting for its moment to surface, as all true stories of Earth must, when the world is ready to listen.